Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Well, good evening, race fans, and welcome out for night number 3 for the Race1Wraps.com Street Stocks series, coming to you live from the Bristol Motor Speedway for round number 4, as we have locked it in here to the latest and the greatest, the last Great Colosseum here in Bristol, Tennessee, where this season we've seen Jordan Crotacci, Zach Nichols go to victory lane. Will we see a third different winner tonight, or will one of them sit up top of the boards there tonight at the end of 100 laps? We want to thank Race1 Wraps for being the title sponsor for the ASRC Street Stock Series. And the Race1 Wraps is a full-service creative entity specializing in logo design, full-color wraps, vinyl lettering, signs, banners, and apparel. See Race1 designs all over the Michigan short track racing scene. Tallarico's Boardwalk Subs, serving Jersey-style soup, subs, and salad, serving West Michigan, and our lost friend, Racing Jason. Bubba's About Broke podcast that sits down and talks to your local short track racer each and every Monday night, highlighting the local heroes on your local podcast. Each on every Monday night, the Bubba's About Broke podcast. LaPlante Racing Products, the proud sponsor of the Triple Crown Series here this season. Once again, we thank LaPlante Racing Products for keeping all the Race1Wraps.com street stocks on the racetrack. We'd also like to thank Postmas Flooring, Kane Family Farmstead, and Racing Takes Balls Testicle Cancer Awareness. For that, there we go. Here we'll take a look at what we are on tap right now. Is the race information out on the racetrack. We're at the Bristol Motor Speedway, like we said, half-mile high-banked concrete racetrack. We got 100 laps of action and time trials underway right now with 29 cars in there in the season here. We got Racing Jason's. He is here on the ground, just so that way everybody is aware. He is here. I believe he stopped down at that Tallarico's Boardwalk Subs trailer that gets towed around with the Race1Wraps.com, and, well, you know as well as I do, he's down there filling his face, but he'll be with us very soon. Right now, we watch Zach Nichols, last week's winner, up onto the racetrack as Andrew Payne sits atop of the scoring pylon, and Zach Nichols is going to go second quick here, so Payne sitting atop of the scoring, running a 16.15 here in qualifying. Remember, 30 cars will start tonight's race. We've got 29 cars signed in here this evening, and this qualifying looks like it'll be coming to a close. We'll shrink that up and get rid of that for a moment. We want to thank you all for tuning on in. Make sure you hit that thumbs up if you're watching. Let these drivers know that you appreciate all their efforts out there tonight to make racing what it is well, always not a dull moment, especially here in the Race1Wraps.com Street Stock Series. This series has already been proven to be one of those great looking series, and it should be good once again here tonight. Jason, is that you?
Yes, sir, Al, I'm here.
Oh, you finally got back from the Tallarico Boardwalk Subs trailer down there, and well, you got some cheese and mayonnaise on your face there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry about that, Al. Sorry I'm late. Sorry about that for the millions, you know.
Well, they're all looking for you. They don't care about me. So we got Johnny D out there, and how about Chris DeWeese? Everybody starting to chime on in as the field starts to take to the grid. Let's start with tonight's starting lineup for tonight's feature event. We'll get that up here momentarily. Here it is. The Race1Wraps.com starting grid sees Andrew Payne up atop of the scoring pylon. He'll start on tonight's pole. Outside of him, last week's winner, from the USA Speedway, that is Zach Nichols. Braxton DeWeese in that Interstate Ford number 8 will start off third, and outside of him, the 4X Motorsports car number 2, this is Brian Hacker. Jaden Kratacci in the 88 will roll off 5th, and outside of him, the driver out of Vermont, it'll be Stephen Rochefort. James Pileski and Jeff Dillon will make up row number 4, and running up your 5th row, starting 9th, will be David Payton, and outside of him will be Brett the Jet Hahn in car number 71.
All right. Wow, that was perfect, dude. I don't know how you do all that, but that was pretty good. Starting 11th there in the number 29 car, it's John Doe. Wow. The Rinbos, I have no idea how you say that one. If I botched that one, I'm so sorry, but wow. Starting 12 outside be the Ty Delphia in the 33 car. Starting P13, the 35 of Hayden Swank. Starting P14, driving the number 18, one of my favorite cars, the Rowdy Energy of Devin McDonald. Starting P15 in the 32 car be Shane O'Neill. Starting 16th on that outside line to be 92 car Ethan Tyrell. And starting P17 in the 05 is the best designer. Well, he's one of the best designers on iRacing, but get with Scott Austin if you need a design on iRacing. He's starting 17th tonight. Starting 18th in the 12 car be Jackson McLaren. Starting P9 will be the 17 of Greg Long. And starting P20 will be the 038 of Braden Cook.
Starting 21st will be Cold Beer Zach Coyer out of Tennessee. And outside of him, the number 11 of Cody Naylor. Travis Dyke and John DeMeester will make up the 22nd row. No, the 12th row. I was lying to you, Dobbs.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, all right. 25th will go Andrew Hardings. Noah Boucher on the outside of him in that number 16 automobile. And you're starting towards the back, the 34 of Jeremy Watkins. I talked to Jeremy during the week, getting back into his head some health issues and looking to go full-time this season here with the Race1Wraps.com. He'll be starting 27th. Scott Rochefort in the Fisher Plows 77. And Stephen Hoffman in car number 86 will be your 29 cars here. And it looks like Hoffman unable to make the call as Andrew Payne will start up on the point here this evening. So 28 cars up on the racetrack, and well, this track is one of those tricky ones, Racing Jason. I know that you love this one, being the home state of Tennessee. And I tell you, in practice, these cars were a handful up front. So these drivers are going to have to take it easy on the opening laps here. Keep the fenders on it. And this track, very fast, very unforgiving. If you get in trouble, we could see some big trouble early on.
Yeah, I tell you what, Al, this track here is going to be wild. And I don't know how much rubber is going to get built up with these street stocks, but how many are there tonight? 30, what did you say, 7?
28 cars.
28 cars. I mean, the rubber's going to get built up fast, and I'm not real sure if the groove will be on the high or the bottom. I missed practice, down there eating those Talarico boardwalk subs, and we'll just have to sit back and see. We got, 100 laps here, feature event. It's going to be exciting now, but I think it's going to pay off for these fans to watch this race. Here we go.
Yeah, pace car down, and the green flag is up for the first time this evening at the Bristol Motor Speedway, and Andrew Payne going to jump out to that early race lead as we watch the field fan out behind him. Back here, 2x2, you see that outside, the 71 of Brett Hahn. He's working to the outside of David Payton, so it's going to be interesting to see how that inside and outside lane will work here this evening as Andrew Payne jumps up to the race lead over Nichols and the 8 of DeWeese. How about Brian Hacker? He's working the outside of the racetrack down the backstretch as he works there as we look at the 93 of James Pileski.
Yeah, we got action all around this racetrack. And if you've never been to Bristol, it's like driving in a bathtub. We got the 18 car in the fence up there. That was Devin McDonald in that Rally Energy car. But you're always on the edge of your seat in these race cars, I can imagine. And, man, 100 laps right here. Whew, they're going to go by quick if we don't have any yellows.
We're going to go by quick a little bit deeper in the back here. You see Scott Austin in that 5 car, and he's working right underneath the 18 of Devin McDonald, the driver out of Newfoundland. He's working there, the 17 right there behind him as well. That is Greg Long. So these cars all jammed up and jelly tight down here through the corner as they all work down the front stretch. The lap already 4 laps in the books That's how fast these are going to whip around here. And these guys, for racing this hard, are running very quick laps right now. Is back up front, Andrew Payne has led it, but here comes Brian Hacker, the number 2 Austin Designs Camaro, working the middle groove, and he has moved quickly into spot number 2.
Yeah, we ought to know Brian Hacker would be making some moves early. This is kind of his kind of racetrack right here. You know, these short tracks is Brian Hacker special. And ooh, Devin McDonald got a wicked loose again. I'm watching this towards the back here. You know, got the Jackson McLaren up here, the 7 car, and then Greg Long's up here, Scott Austin. These guys having a good battle, and we're still 7 laps into this race, but I don't know. It's going to be a little sketchy once these tires get warmed up and everything starts getting real loose out there.
Yeah, Shane O'Neill going to work underneath the 35 of Hayden Swank, so Swank going to get relegated back 1 spot as he tries to cross him over. Now Scott Austin will jump out to that middle groove in that number 5 Monte Carlo, and these cars starting to move around a little bit as David Payton and Dornbos battling it out here. That is the final spot inside the top 10 early on. And right now, David working the bottom side of the racetrack. Dornbos up on the outside as they all chase Andrew Payne, who's opened up to a 1.2 second lead just 10 laps in.
And you're watching that front battle. I was once again watching this back, you know, about mid-pack. I watched Ty Delphi in the 33 and the 12 car Jackson McLaren make heavy contact. I don't know how they saved it. Those guys are out there beating and banging already. It's Bristol, baby. You're going to expect that. And, man, that was impressive save by Jackson McLaren back there.
You see how fast these guys are going, and their hands are moving back and forth as we're on board with Delphia. And he is really closed in on that battle. McLaren in front of him. And he is closed in on that gap here as McLaren goes to the inside for spot number 16. So everybody's really jostling for position, trying to figure out which lane to be in, which lane is the fast lane. And it's going to be interesting. These guys only have 1 set of tires. You see Long get a little bit slideways up off of turn number 2. Got to keep those tires underneath you. You got to really manage them here tonight. With 100 laps of action, there was contact between Austin and Hayden Swank.
Yeah, I tell you what, there's going to be a lot of action here at the short track here at Bristol. I'm really shocked right now that the groove is on the bottom. I figured it'd be up towards the top. Maybe, I felt like I heard a car in the wall there. Sound like it. I don't know for sure. Looked like the 2 car maybe.
They are 3 wide back here, Dobbs, between Swank, Long, and Austin. Now McLaren's going to go down to the inside, and he thinks better of it. They went 3 wide for 2 laps back here. There's more contact as Swank is sideways down on the inside. He's going to lose 2, 3, maybe 4 positions after that exchange.
Well, I finally got my head on a swivel and looked back door there, man. I caught some of it, Al. They are racing hard for position. You got to be careful, though, Al. You don't want to end your night early.
No, you can't end your night early as 1 car up the racetrack. That looks like it was McDonald once again as he continues to fall back early on in this one. Right there behind him is Naylor in that 11 car. See, he works there, the 92 of Ethan Tyrell, that DuPont entry. He's got a little bit of back bumper damage after some contact early on in this race. These guys really mix it up. Oh, more contact. McDonald down to the inside. He saves it somehow.
Wow, good save by McDonald.
Meanwhile, back up front, Pulaski on the back bumper of DeWeese, who is 3.6 seconds back from your race leader. Brian Hacker's left this group. How about the 71 of Brett the Jet? He's got some new colors on that 71 here tonight.
Yeah, that's a beautiful looking paint scheme. And I don't know what happened to Noah Boucher, but he is in the pits, Al. I don't know if you can find out what happened there from the race director or whatever, but I just recognized he was in the pits down there getting some repairs on his old hot rod.
He is Andrew Payne out front, not quite sure. Going to take and try to find out what happened to Boucher, but he is back there in the pits, currently getting some damage fixed on there. As we are already lapping some cars. John Demeester, Jeremy Watkins, and Scott Roachford already down 1 lap to your race leader.
Yeah, and you figure these lap traffic is going to be big key right here. 28 cars. The leader's going to be lapping cars here pretty soon, and that's going to be a little nerve-wracking for your leaders to try to work their way through lap traffic. But I like Brett the Jet's car, Al. That's a good-looking sharp 71.
I tell you, I'd be messing in my pants if I saw those teeth in my rearview mirror.
Absolutely. I'd be messing my pants running 107 mile an hour throwing one of these old street stocks off in the corner myself.
Working down into the corner as they work up underneath the 34 of Jeremy Watkins, so they'll all get back in line. Here comes Brett Hahn. Contact between Watkins and the 44 of Nichols. And already a quarter of this race down, 75 laps to go. Is now it'll be Pileski moving into that third spot underneath the number 8 of DeWeese. DeWeese battles back to the outside there, trying to make something happen with that Interstate Ford. Number 8 as he'll see the 93 and now the 44 attacking underneath him.
Yeah, they're still running side by side as they head off into turn 1. Oh, Pileski got a little on the apron down there. I don't know if you want to do that or not. I don't know how much that'll upset the car, but that might be a little tough. Look at Zach Nichols. He's got a pretty sporty number 44 tonight.
Yeah, Nichols, our first repeat winner of the 2024 season for the Race1Wraps.com Street Stock Series, and he is looking maybe to make it a three-peat, maybe a hat trick in the works here tonight. He's going to have to go through Andrew Payne and Brian Hacker, who are some 2 seconds in front of this battle that we're watching. A little bit deeper back in the field, let's look at Shane O'Neill. He's trying to run away from Greg Long. Long, though, has a rear trunk lid full of Jackson McLaren in that number 7 car.
Yeah, I like that black and orange car of Jackson McLaren. Good-looking hot rod. We see Pileski working on the lap traffic of the 77 car of Travis Dock there, and that's gonna bottle everything up. Braxton Weiss got held up on him on the outside.
Yeah, 77 a Roachford up there, and that's gonna bottleneck as they come off of turn number 2, 3 wide. Steven Roachford gonna gas it down, but I believe yellow flag is out for the first time. So our Tallarico yellow flag coming out for trouble. Delphi in trouble with a 33, the left front tire torn off the race car. I believe also Jackson McLaren was in trouble as well. Let's cue it up and see what happened. McLaren working to the outside of Long. Oh, just got loose. Caught the apron, comes back up the racetrack. Scott Austin nowhere to go. And big hits right there. Big hits right there. McLaren going to move on, but Delphi in trouble. Let's go on board with Ty looking out the front. This already has happened. We go on board, and you see McLaren just comes right up the racetrack and left front gone.
Tough break.
Andrew Payne out front right now. 22 cars left on the lead lap. Looks like Zach Coyer has taken the 13 car down pit road along with Ty Delphi and Noah Boucher early on. And this one is the Tallarico's Boardwalk Subs. Yellow flag comes out for the first time here this evening. What has been a very fast-paced race early on here. Nice 30-lap race. Aaron, I believe they're racing for 100,000 iRacing credits tonight. Sounds good, right, Dobbs?
It does, and something else out there. While we're on the yellow, I just want to give a shout out to. Have you seen my race car out on social media?
I have not.
No, have not. Well, I just want to give a shout out to Sarah Davis at Outlaw Graphics for doing my design. Awesome looking thing she done for me, and if you need to check her out at Outlaw Graphics on Facebook. Awesome design here in Tennessee. I just want to say it real quick, and I just want to tell her I appreciate it so much. The car looks awesome.
Very good.
We're doubling. Yeah, sorry, we're doubling back up. I just had to get it out there, Al. I mean, the car looks good.
I hear you.
Hey, we're gonna double up now. We're gonna go racing.
I'll have to send you what my street stock looks like there as we get ready to go back green flag racing. Andrew Payne out on the front. He's into the restart zone, and we are back underway
I don't think the 93 of Pileski took off, Al. He got a little bumper tag there.
Here comes
39, 93.
Here comes Zach Nichols on the attack up underneath the number 2 car. He quickly moves into that number 2 spot, but Hacker going to battle back around the outside of him as they are door hinge to door hinge in the turn number 1.
Here they come side by side, Nichols and Hacker. Look here at this battle. It's going to be 2 aggressive drivers. Got one back to back and one that wants to win one. Should be interesting when they come out of turn number 4.
Hacker still there as I believe Andrew Payne loving what he's seeing out the back side of his car. As the whole field behind one car sideways down to the inside, I believe that might have been Hayden Swank in trouble. How do you say clean and green so far?
Yeah, I'm telling you, this old track's probably like driving around on baby oil. Oh, Hacker had to give Nichols a little inch of room there. Nichols came up a little bit. Hacker had to hit the brakes just a hair. Could have been disaster right there for both drivers.
Now Pileski down to the inside, trying to make something happen. How about Kurtachi? He picked up the season opener at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. He is looking to come back to victory lane right now as Nichols running the back-to-back races. Is the Talarico Boardwalk yellow flag comes out once again, and we got trouble down here in turns 1 and 2. Shane O'Neill, Cody Naylor in trouble as well, as that brings out our yellow flag, and Naylor's car left front absolutely destroyed as the leaders are going to try to work around them. Let's take a look and see what happened. Greg Long right there behind him. Oh, got loose up off the corner and sideways. Oh, got hooked in the right rear by Long. And around he went. Naylor just spins to avoid from hitting the Hot Wheels number 32. Let's take another look at a different angle. Dornbush got loose, and that just checked them all up, and then the 17 was loose, and just couldn't get off the right rear dobs.
Yeah, that's a tough break.
And a hard lick down to the inside. So the Hot Wheels number 32, not so hot right now.
So it's like a crushed wheel.
Yeah, that thing will not turn.
Well, going to get the old sledgehammer out for that and a little duct tape. We'll be all right, Al. Get that thing, get the nose bent off of it. We'll be good.
So O'Neill down on pit road as well with Coyer. He has been down pit road, I believe. Right now, Boucher, Ty, Zach Coyer are officially out of tonight's races, but I could be wrong. One car coming down pit road. That looks like it was Noah Boucher. So Boucher's car going to come out with the Imperial, the LaPlante Racing Products number 16, and I believe they had to replace that upper ball joint on the 16 if I had to be a guessing man based on the damage on the right front of that car.
They got it done pretty fast. That's pretty impressive.
It is. That's like World of Outlaws stuff right there.
Boring. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess. Hey, Al, we're about to go racing once again.
We are.
Green flag's in the air. Here we go.
Green flag and a nice start. Look at the 44. He's got this car figured out on the restarts. He pulls up even with the 93 of Andrew Payne. Payne out in the front of this one as they work down here in the turns 3 and 4. 2 by 2 they go. Here comes Pileski. He'll work to the outside of Brian Hacker. Hacker a little bit free on the inside. So we close in on the halfway point. New race leader to 44 of Zach Nichols, credited with the race lead.
Yeah, that outside lane was the prevailing line, and I was wondering when it was going to come in, and will it still come in, though? I don't know. It's still side by side for the lead down the front straightaway.
Nichols out front by about a half a car is now the 93 of Payne down to the inside. He is pedaling as fast as he can, but now sole possession going to go to the 44 of Nichols. Can Nichols become a three-peat as Brian Hacker gets tagged from behind? He saves it. Kratachi. Here comes Brent the Jet Hahn.
Here comes Brett the Jet on the inside. We got a yellow out. Yellow.
Yellow coming out once again. Is Travis Dyke in the 077 car. goes around. See what happened to Travis. Back there behind the Andrew Hardings, and just got loose up off the corner, chases it all the way down the front stretch and spins. Luckily, no contact. How often can you say that at Bristol?
Not very often. I mean, that's pretty impressive. That's like Jimmy Johnson at Dover.
That was impressive. You know what else is impressive? That number 44 of Zach Nichols up on the front of this one. Leads it out of Stockbridge. Looking to go for a third win in the season. And that's pretty big. That's going to be, if he gets the third one here tonight, he's already got 2 wins this season. That's 10 extra points. You got to be inside the top 20 to lock yourselves into the playoff program that the Race1Wraps.com series has. And looks like the 34, Jeremy Watkins, going to get the free pass. So they get the bonus points here to help their point structure. And here it's a 5-race shootout to crown the champion this season for the 2024 Race1Wraps.com Street Stocks series. And it's pretty exciting racing that we've seen early on here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. We're going to get the green flag and the cross flags at the same time. 50 laps will be in, 50 laps to go.
50 laps. Man, I can't believe that, Al. We're already 50 laps into this thing. But, boy, this tensions are going to be high, though. We got 50 to go.
We're on board on this restart.
Zach Nichols got a heck of a jump right there. Here comes Brett the Jet on the inside trying to take V2 away.
Brett Hahn working to the inside. He started back in spot number 10 and is already up into the number 2 spot. It's taken him 50 laps. Minding his own P's and Q's. And how about Braxton Luis? He's back in there. Remember, he faded a little bit early on. A little bit of contact up in front. 71 of Hahn. And here comes Braxton Luis.
Yeah, but watch Andrew Payne right there, though. Brett the Jet was all over the place down there. He looked like he had oil or something. Back into that old hot rod was loose. Andrew Payne picked the position up. Pileski going to give him a shot going off into turn 3, and Braxton Luis trying to get that Ford car hooked up and head to the front. We got a car sideways. I believe it's a 17 car along, back towards the farther back of the field.
Everybody going to get back around him as we go back up front. Brett Hahn. How about the door banging between the 8 and the 93? Deweese and Pileski trading a little bit of tires. Smoke there as they come flashing by.
Yeah, smoke, tire rubber. I mean, you're going to get it all here at Bristol. The action track, the fastest half mile. You're not going to miss nothing here at this place.
Stephen Roach for Annette 00 working the high side with Brian Hacker underneath them. 2 black and silver cars with the fluorescent numbers on the door panels. They make a little bit of contact down here in the turn number 3. Down to the inside, Brian Hacker trying to make something happen as he is falling back to the 8th spot. And unlikely for that number 2 car. But remember, he got roughed up a little bit. Able to catch that car. Got to wonder if it took some life out of those tires.
It probably did, but now the drivers are back on the inside line now. This is crazy to me. Usually when you run Bristol, everybody's at the top, or it used to be, but I haven't run Bristol in a long time. So maybe the bottom's the best way to go. I don't know for sure, but they're going to single file out all the way down through here. Just about the whole field single file out right now.
And back here, Ethan Tyrell going to work around the number 45 of Andrew Hardings. Hardings sits sideways, kisses the outside wall, keeps it going in that Thunderbird. Yeah, I tell you, Devin McDonald making a nice rebound. He currently sits in that 15th spot.
Pileski had a handful of wheel there. He lost a couple of positions. It must be really slick out there, Al. All these drivers are just really fishtailing coming off the corner. Tires must be wearing out really bad.
Brian Hacker going to jump up around there. Pileski trying to fend off the Dillon Motorsports number 52 of Jeff Dillon. Right behind him is Dornbos in that 29 car. So good battles here. How about Scott Austin quietly making his way up through the field? He sits in the 11th spot right there behind Dornbos. He can see. Oh, trouble. Big wreck off the corner. Poleski's involved. Scott Austin involved. McLaren comes in. More chars. Oh, Poleski. Heavy contact on the 93. And a lot of heavy hitters right there in involved as Poleski trying to get the 93 car pointed back in the right direction. They were racing really hard. You knew something had to give. Let's take a look back here and see. Comes up off the corner. Oh, the 00 and the 2 get hooked on each other and then nowhere for anyone to go. Oh, Scott Austin, the 7 car. Delphia comes in as hard too. Let's ride on board with Poleski from the driver's seat. Oof, that's just some hard licks right there.
Awful. You know, that's the thing about Bristol too, Al. Tight racing like this, when a couple cars get together, smoke, it's hard to get through wrecks like that.
Heavy contact there for a lot of these drivers. David Payton, good run goes awry. Cody Naylor does a good job to get through it as well. But a lot of heavy hitters coming, going to have to come down pit road. Scott Austin bringing the Austin Designs number 5. Looks like his right front tire might be busted up on that one. Stephen Rochford on pit road. He had a hard time stopping. I believe the front brake rotor's out on that. So, oh boy. Brian Hacker, you can see the left front damage on that number 2. Front end shortened up there as he and the 00 got together. That was the big one.
Yeah, absolutely. They were hitting each other coming off every corner. Down the front straightaway. Man, tough break for a lot of these drivers, though. .66 laps in, Al. That's what happens here at Bristol, though.
You got to start making moves right now. Is time is getting closer to that pay window opening up.
Yeah, those 100, however many iRacing things you just said.
Well, you're paying it, so green flag is back out. Is Nichols with a good jump. Here comes the 71 of Brett Hahn. Braxton DeWeese trying to swing to the outside. Can't make anything happen. He will get around the 93 of Andrew Payne. And Payne has really struggled on these restarts to get the car up to speed. Once it gets going, it's got good pace still.
Yeah, it's kind of like he's just a lower gear than some of these other drivers. But look at Braxton DeWeese up on that outside line trying to get a little momentum up there. Maybe he can get by him. We haven't really talked to Braxton a lot. Hayden Swank is making contact back here. I don't know who that's with, but
that's with
heavy contact.
That's with Dornbos for the 8th position. How about that number 7 car? Involved in a few accidents, missing that front bumper cap. He sits in that 10th spot. Greg Long right there as well, the 38 car right behind him. I believe.
You know why that 7 car is making hay with that orange, son.
Greg Long sideways, they make contact. McLaren into the outside wall.
Whew, wow, I puckered on that one, son. Glad you got broad shoulders to hold on to.
Hey, you can take your nails out of my shoulder now.
My bad, buddy.
Oh, Lord. How about the 077 down there? That is Travis Dyke. He's trying to make a move on the 11 of Naylor. Hardings as well, but up front, Brett Hahn starting to put some pressure on your race leaders. We close in on 25 more laps to go. Kratacci working to the high side of Deweese. Your top 5 breaking away from 6th place running Jeff Dillon. Everything kind of settling in for a moment. Top 5 cars still nose to tail, and it's settled out to about 0.3 of a second between Brett the Jet and Zach Nichols. Deweese running in that 3rd spot. Crotacci in spot number 4.
Oh, man, I tell you what. Brian Hacker is loose. He's been loose all night long. I don't know if they just got the setup wrong or what, but, man, that number 2 car is all over the place. He's on the outside of Hayden Swank. He's just all over. I know he got involved in that wreck, but, man, tough night for Hacker.
I'm sure that damage up on the left front not helping anything as Greg Long looks to go underneath him. How about Hayden Swank quietly working his way inside the top 10? He's got a little bit of damage on that left door panel, but he is working up underneath Brian Hacker. That is 8th position. Is up there right in front of him. Jeff Dillon and John Dornborst side by side. Dillon in at 52. The only thing wrong with that car is the Washington Capitals decal on that left rear quarter panel.
I don't even know what a Washington Capital is, Al, but I like that old blue and white 52 car. That's a sharp-looking race car out there. Then high star, how you say his name? Dornborst. He's hanging right there on that bottom lane. He's not giving an inch either.
Yeah, he's got the Conley's complete bump and paint. Number 28 rolling to the inside. Dornborst into the 6th spot. This is a good battle as we watch it around the racetrack.
Oh, no contact. So Hayden Swank's going to spin her around, buddy.
Yellow flag coming out with 20 laps to go as my curse continues. Just saying how good of a run Hayden Swank was having, and he goes into the spin cycle.
You're going to have to just keep quiet on stuff like that, Al.
I guess I'm going to have to. You'll have to protect me again. These guys will be knocking on the door. Let's take a look here as they were racing down into the corner. Oh, the 52 got loose and gets into the 35. And Swank does a good job other than maybe hurting those tires. I don't think any real damage to the 35 car other than a lot of track position lost here tonight. $20 laps to go, Dobbs. Well, 19.
Yeah, 20 laps to go here at Bristol. It's going to be exciting. We may see a couple more yellows, and we may see a green-white checker. But you better go get your popcorn ready because it's going to be interesting.
I love popcorn.
Oh, dude, I tell you what. Y'all got a Rural King up there in New York or what?
No. I never heard of it.
It's like a farmer store. They're everywhere in Tennessee. You go in there, you got a little popcorn machine. Best popcorn in America. Oh, my gosh. It's called Eat Popcorn and Shop Till You Drop at Rural King, dude. It's amazing.
Gotcha. How about this? Zach Nichols choosing the outside for this restart.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. Looks like some of these drivers just don't get took off in time, and the inside line's been the dominant line all night long, but maybe he knows something we don't know. Maybe he can get off the line a little bit better on that outside.
We'll have to wait and see. Right now, Zach Nichols looking to go 3 wins in a row in the early part of the Race1Wraps.com Street Stock Series as the green flag is up, and we are back underway.
Yeah, Zach Nichols, he was pretty smart, though. He pulled away right there.
Crotacci in that 11 car working to the outside as well. Crotacci making a run towards the front of this one. Andrew Payne working up on the outside of Braxton Deweese as Devin McDonald comes off a pit road.
I ain't gonna lie, Al, that scared me when I saw his car. I thought, oh no, I thought that was the leader's car for a minute, but it wasn't.
Crotacci going to take that number 2 spot now. He'll set chase to the 44 of Nichols. So your top two are the only drivers to grace victory lane so far early on in this early season for the Race1Wraps.com Street Stocks Series for the American Sim Racing Club. And Kritachi, he is throwing no care to the wind. He is all but plumb sideways. We go on board with him.
Yeah, man, I tell you what. He's got the speed, though.
Hey, he's really right there. See the 38 David Payton going to come back out trying to earn some extra points here with 12 laps to go.
Oh, Hacker and DeBoer, whatever. I mean, they are hitting each other. There are cars everywhere. Hacker's in the fence over here on turn 2.
Yeah, Brian Hacker up on the outside of the fence, going to hold it up there, trying to get to the inside. We are still staying green now. Hacker going to take the 2 car down to pit road, so a tough break for Brian. Meanwhile, back there for the final transfer for the final car. Now the yellow flag will fly. For Greg Long has crashed.
I'll tell you what, Al, they wrecked 4 times right there in one lap.
Let's see what happened to Greg. He is in the fence at this point, trying to make it to the pits and to the inside. He does, and he comes to a stop, and that'll bring out our yellow flag. He's already in the fence here, so I'm sure some more contact with that 17. And it looks like the left front was broke on it. So we come back to some live pictures of Zach Nichols up on the front of this one. Kritachi right there was able to keep pace with him. Brett Hahn sitting in third. Braxton DeWeese with a nice rebound. He's back to that 4th spot. Andrew Payne, an early race leader in fast time here tonight, sits in spot number 5. Dornbos sits in 6th. Jeff Dillon in 7th. Ethan Tyrell in 8th. 9th spot, Hayden Swank. Braden Cook rounding out your top 10. And that is that Thunderbird's front beak has been packed a little bit.
Yeah, that thing looks a little rough, Al.
Jackson McLaren right there in the 11th spot in car number 7. How about Andrew Hardings with a nice run in that 45 Thunderbird, teammate to the 38.
Yeah, that's a good looking hot rod back there.
Here we go into the restart zone in a very slow pace by Zach Nichols. They're going to get 7 laps to go when they cross the stripe and the green flag comes back out.
Here we go, green flag. It's going to be interesting.
Brett Hahn struggled on that restart. That allows Braxton Louise to get sole possession of that number 3 spot. He's not done yet. He looks to go to the outside of the 11 of Kritachi. Kritachi working there right behind the 44 of Zach Nichols.
And Braxton kissed the wall a little bit there. I thought Braxton had a run, and Kritachi blocked it. He's loose now coming out of turn number 2. He got to run on Nichols, though. This is going to be interesting right here. 5 to go.
Yeah, Kritachi working that middle groove, trying to get a run down to the inside. Can't quite do it to get there. Right to the back bumper. He gives a little shot in the turn number 1. 5 laps to go by our flagman Barney down here in the turn number 3. Zach Nichols holds on to Kritachi right there all over the back side of him. Gets a little bit loose. Stays right there glued to him as they hit in the turn number 1.
He's still right there. He splashes up just a little bit. Got a little sideways. Here comes Braxton DeWeese, and you know that DeWeese has a big fan club. They're standing on their feet cheering Braxton on, trying to take over P2.
Well, a little bit sideways. They make contact as we look out the side with the Quick Time Motorsports media. Brett Hahn working to the outside of him.
Here comes Brett Hahn. He's on the outside. Got that momentum built up. Braxton's got to work his way back now.
This time by Popsicle Sticks are up. 2 laps to go here in tonight's 100 lap main event for the Race1Wraps.com Street Stock Series. And all this battling back there has allowed Nichols to pull away to some half second as the white silk will fly.
We have one more mile to go around this speedway. Nichols looks like he's going to prevail into winning another one. Second, third, and fourth, and fifth, and sixth is all right there. Anything can happen right here.
Nichols through turns 3 and 4. We'll keep our eyes on him off the corner. Nichols will pick up the win. Cretaci will come home second. Brett Hahn third. Just edging Braxton Lewis, Andrew Payne rounding out your top 5. How about that finish there tonight? And what was a very good race.
Heck of a race.
As your top 3 are there. Hey, don't take the stairs this time. Take the elevator, will you?
Yeah, I got the elevator, buddy.
All right. I'll be right behind you. As the field rolls down pit road, we have your top 3 on the front stretch. And that number 44 is starting to get unbuckled. Taking a moment to probably catch his breath here. That'll be there. Jason's already down the elevator. We'll take and see if we can get a word with our top 3 drivers. Give them a quick second to get in. Looking for Zach Nichols and Jaden Cretaci, Brett Hahn, as they all sit up here on there. And I believe, Jason, you got a copy down there.
Yes, sir. I got you, Al.
All right, you're down there in Race 1 Wraps Victory Lane, and with a very happy Zach Nichols.
Yes, sir. I mean, this guy here has won a million races. Zach Nichols, you with us, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, dude. Hey, another win. Me and you together talking again here at Bristol. Man, tell us how you're doing this.
I don't know. I mean, it's always fun to talk to you guys. So the more I can do it, the more happy I am.
Man, I tell you what, you must have, what is them things they use, what the crap is it? The grip hacks. That's what it is. You got some grip hacks going on in this thing or what?
No, I mean, I don't know. We sat there early and just saved our tires because I didn't think that the right rear was gonna last. But I don't think that really. I mean, it probably mattered a little bit, but yeah, we were able to get good restarts and we were able to pass a few cars and get up there and get away with it.
I tell you, this 044 car is fast each and every week. I figured tonight the high side would be the lane, but it looks like the bottom was pretty much dominant all night long. But on that last restart, you took the high side. And it worked out well for you. I guess that was a smart crew by the spotter there.
Yeah, the 11 car that finished second is my teammate, so I was just trying to solidify that he was able to finish second there and give him the bottom, which I definitely think was the preferred groove. But yeah, we restarted on the top one time. I think Andrew missed a shift or something, and we were able to get him on the outside.
Well, heck yeah, dude! Awesome win again. You got these street stocks figured out, man, and congratulations on winning again. And I mean, next week maybe you have another shot at winning another one. But they're gonna put some bounty on you or something.
Yeah, these street stocks are a ton of fun. They're just giant boats, it feels like. But yeah, you can throw these things around, and it's a ton of fun. I'm looking forward to the Slinger. It's gonna be crazy, that's for sure.
Yeah, that'll be a good one to watch also. But hey, congratulations! I know you got a lot of people to thank on this old hot rod, so it's all yours.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Corrigan Oil Company, Kearney's Complete Auto Service, ADS Excavating Drain Cleaning, Fricker's Mint. This thing was freaking mint today, but yeah, you guys for broadcasting, all the league admins for putting this on, and yeah.
Dude, heck yeah! Congratulations on another win, and maybe we'll see you again next week in Victory Lane.
Oh, I'd like to throw one more thing. My Uncle Kenny's watching. I'd like to shout him out.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yep, thank you.
All right.
All right, there is your race winner, and the driver coming up one spot shy, but not for a lack of effort, is the driver, that number 11 of Jaden Cretaci. And Jaden, you had a strong race car, kept it clean, and you really came on strong at the end here. These things looked like they were a little bit on edge here tonight.
Definitely a little bit. You know, we're currently white knuckled right now with how much we had to wheel these things. But you know, Tanner put a great setup in the car for everybody tonight. This was an absolute blast, and just thanks him for putting on this show.
I mean, you picked up the Race1Wraps race 1 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We were unfortunately unable to be there for that one, but you put on a great race there, and you've been solid pretty much, and you're going to come home with this P2. I know you got to look at the big picture. We're off next week, but then we head to the Slinger Speedway, and I think Slinger is probably one of those wild card races with how small it is, and imagine 30 of you all out there.
Yeah, 30 of us is going to be pretty wild, I'd say. It's going to be definitely a ride and survive, but you know, we'll be able to manage, I bet. I'm pretty confident with the way we drove tonight that we should have a pretty solid season going right now. We just need to catch a few more points on that 44.
Yeah, he's pretty stuffed there. What else did you need out of this number 11 to get up there? Maybe we saw you get to the back bumper a few times, and you did the gentleman thing of not dumping him. What else did you need to maybe get alongside of him and get a pass on him?
I mean, I'll be honest, that's my teammate. I'd love nothing more than to just rattle his cage, you know. But that's not the way I like to drive. I mean, if somebody roughs me up, I'll rough them up back. I mean, race me how you want to be raced. So.
Absolutely. Well, you did a great job here tonight. You came up 3 spots to finish in that number 2 spot. Rode around inside the top 10 all night long and got rewarded for that here tonight with a nice second place finish. Who makes it all possible for you on this race team to be here?
R&B Car Company, Preferred Warranties Incorporated, Community-Wide Federal Credit Union, TechWorks Trailers, Hooks Graphics. Those are my sponsors on my real car, and then obviously Zach for being a good teammate, helping me out on the restarts there, and then obviously Tanner for putting on the league, and you guys for broadcasting.
Well, we thank you for the kind words, and we hope to maybe talk to you in 2 weeks' time at the Slinger Speedway, maybe one spot better on that rung.
Heck, let's hope so.
There you go. That's tonight's second place finisher out of Indiana. That is Jaden Kritacci. And our third place finisher, Brett. Simmer down there, Jason. I see you got the marker out already for the autograph. It's none other than Brett the Jet Hahn, the Mr. I don't like the street stocks, standing next to Jason Griffith.
Oh, man, this is amazing. I got my cell phone out now. I'm taking pictures right here. Me and old Brett Hahn. This dude's a legend. Brett, P3, dude, congratulations. Tell us what happened there.
Yeah, thanks, Jason and Al. Just some good racing. You know, I didn't like these street stocks at the beginning of the seasons, but maybe that was due to the track, because tonight they were a bunch of fun. You could go anywhere on the track. I mean, it was pretty even, whether top or bottom. It really came down to if you could keep from getting that right rear hot and then keeping that momentum.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, you looked like you kind of struggled throughout the race a little bit, but then you worked your way up towards the front. A lot of big crashes tonight, man. How'd you miss all those?
Yeah, luckily tonight, I don't think there was a single sideways car in front of me. So from the drop of the green flag, I think I rolled off 8th or 10th. I said, you know what? Worked at USA. We're going to go for it from the drop of the green flag. So every time that there was an opening on the top side or the inside checked up, I would shoot up top, try and get around as many cars as possible. And yeah, made our way to the front. I think we made it all the way up to second. Never sniffed the lead, sadly, tonight, but overall can't complain with this. I mean, some great racing up, especially in that top 5 there, second half of the race.
Yeah, last 5 laps you had to hold off Braxton the Weiss there up on the high side. A little more momentum up there. That was probably pretty wide knuckled, I would say.
Oh yeah, we made slight contact once, I think, off at 2, and just got the car a little upset, but luckily these street stocks, you can lean on each other pretty good and put on some great racing. But yeah, as soon as I saw you went to the bottom, I said, we got to keep our foot in it and hope we don't spin this thing out and at least get to his right rear quarter panel. Then we should be able to get around him. And that's what we were just able to do. I think beat him by like half a car length or something at the line.
Yeah, it was a tight race battle for third. Hey, while I got you on here, Brett, it's been brought up in my headset here. You were actually racing some the new dirt mini stocks the other night while somebody was headed to go watch a football game. How did that turn out?
Yeah, those things are a little bit more fun than you think. You got to take them out at least on a small track, but overall, those things I think you can lean on a little bit more than these. But yeah, those things were a blast. I haven't tried them on the pavement side of things yet, but always cool when iRacing puts in a new oval track car to try on out. It's not fully my cup of tea when it comes to the horsepower wise and really putting it in the driver's hands, but it could definitely be some fun if you want to go out there and just let loose a little bit, let's say.
Well, heck yeah, dude. It was cool watching you throw some dirt and everything. It's cool to see here at Bristol, and I know you got a million fans out there, so let them know who you like to think.
Yeah, for sure, Jason. First, you and Al with Turn 3 Race Network, always doing a great job. I can't wait to rewatch this stream here. Of course, Turn 3 partnered with Premier Setups. I believe link it in the description there. Go get yourself, at least check out the website. And then here at ASRC, we got to thank Tanner and then all the sponsors that come on board. Race1Wraps, Postman Flooring, LaPlante, Safety Products, and all those guys that make this series possible. Got to give a huge shout out to Jaden and Zach for the first two, Braxton for some great racing, and then of course Andrew top 5. Sadly, Dave got in some wrecks there, and then of course all the other Brett the Jet fans out there. We got my dad, brother, and Grandma Grammy, and then like I said, all the other Jet fans out there. Hopefully we can keep on knocking them down and hopefully finish a couple places better sometime this season, but looking a lot better than where we started, I'll tell you that.
Heck yeah, man. You've impressed us each and every week, though, getting better and better, and hey, you're no slouch to run in the back. You're always running up front. You figure race cars out just fine, but congratulations, P3 Brett, and next week Slinger Speedway, is that right?
Yeah, I believe next week the 18th we're off, but then 2 weeks, so next week of actual racing will be Slinger, and that will be an interesting race. I think we'll see a little bit of carnage there with such a short track and how close these cars are. So hopefully there I can at least qualify towards the front because I want to stay out of as much mess as possible.
Well, heck yeah, dude. I hope to see you there and maybe get some few selfies and stuff before the race, and that way I can get on my social media page so I can get more followers.
Oh yeah, party afterwards always at the 71 trailer. We're signing autographs, chugging all the drinks, and having a grand old time. We'll have music, LED lights. It's going to be a party all night long.
All right, Brett. Hey, Al, I'm going with Brett to the trailer, bud. Back to you, Al.
Thank you very much. There is Jason and Brett. Well, they'll continue on making those selfies. Let's take a look at your final results here for tonight's Race1Wraps Street Stocks series as we talk to your top three of Zach Nichols, Jaden Kurtashi, Brett Hahn. Braxton DeWeese will come home 4th, Andrew Payne 5th, John Dornbos will finish 6th, 7th, Hayden Swink, Braden Cook with a nice run in the P number 8, Jackson McLaren 9th, and Jeff Dillon rounding out your top 10. 11th spot will be Andrew Hartnett, Ethan Tyrell 12th, Cody Naylor 13th, Travis Dyke 14th, and Scott Rochfort 15th. Jeremy Watkins will finish 16th, John DeMeester 17th, Greg Long will come home in spot number 17, in car number 17, or 18th, excuse me. And then rounding out your field will be Brian Hacker, Zach Coyer, Devin McDonald, Steven Rochfort, David Payton, Scott Austin, James Pileski, Shane O'Neill, Noah Boucher, and Ty Delphia, rounding out your 28 car field. And Jason, as we watch these cars start to load up, a lot of sheet metal being loaded into these haulers. We have a week off for them to go to LaPlante Racing Products to get all their cars fixed up. We head to Slinger, which will be one of those. I think we might need a little bit of the old Popo on standby as we get into Slinger at the Slinger Speedway. That place is a bull ring.
Yeah, they may have security in the pits that night, Al, and I'm gonna probably get a couple buckets of popcorn, a couple of drinks and stuff, and we'll sit up there in the booth and we'll have a great time, laughing, kick back, and relax, and should be fun and entertaining.
It definitely should. Well, we thank you all for tuning on in here tonight. Remember, we are off with the Race1Wraps.com Street Stock Series next week. We'll be back in action September 25th from the Slinger Speedway. But until then, keep it wheels down, and we'll see you in turn number 3. Good night, everybody.